Good morning, everyone. You're on with Pastor Hosea, Calvary Baptist Church, Hawthorne, California. We're excited this week. We're going to get back into these daily devotionals, and I really feel the urge to continue the subject matter from last week, and that's love, the greatest force in the universe. I think it's a shame of us that we don't teach and preach and talk more about the love of God, because it's nothing more important to God than love. Jesus said, by this they'll know that you're my disciples indeed, that you have love one to another. So let's get right in it with today's subject matter. I want to continue right where we left off at on Friday. 1 John chapter 4, only looking at verse 19 though. We love him because he first loved us. We love him because he first loved us. Title today, Jesus loved the hell out of me. Yes, I mean that in its most literal sense. Jesus loved the hell out of me. That's how he got it out. Oh, somebody can testify to the fact. Maybe your parents tried to beat it out of you. Maybe the police tried to arrest it out of you. But God came and loved it out of you. Now, why is this so important? We love him because he first loved us. That is so critical. Before you will ever get a revelation of what it means to love yourself, you first have to know what it means to love God. But you'll never know what it means to love God if you don't truly know how much he really loves you. I can testify to this personally. I lived a life of crime and just craziness and did everything I thought I was big and bad enough to do under the sun. And I remember when my life really changed. It was after I walked away from God, after I went into the streets and hustling and just living a foolish lifestyle, looking for love in all the wrong places. And it was after I lost everything that I had. I hit rock bottom. It was there that I discovered he was still the rock at the bottom. But in the midst of all of that and having lost everything and hitting rock bottom and not having a pot or a window, if you know what I mean, to see God literally give me a brand new opportunity at life, to give me a brand new opportunity at dignity and self-respect, to give me a brand new opportunity at a career and to empower me to become the man that I had so far walked away from. When I saw God bless me with a new start, it gave me the revelation of how much Jesus really does love me. I couldn't believe that God would love me and give me that opportunity when I wasn't serving him. I hadn't been seeking him. I hadn't been praying to him. I had just came to a realization that I needed him. And when I looked at what he'd done for me, knowing that I deserved the entire exact opposite, it caused me to fall in love with him. And only when I fell in love with him, after knowing how much he loved me, did I begin to love who he made me. And when I began to truly love who he made me, I began to learn how to love others. That's the revelation of love, is to know that he loves you. If you ever want to know what something is value, you have to look at what someone else was willing to pay for it. And when it came for God to purchase you, you were valued so much that he bankrupt heaven just to purchase you. He gave it all. That's love. Now, when you get a revelation of this love that God really has for you, you won't trip out over whether or not you're going to make it through this pandemic. You won't trip out on whether or not you're going to survive this economy crash. You won't trip out over all of those things if you really know how much he loves you. God loves you too much to see you trust him and let you fail. Embrace that love. Live in that love. Share that love. And let it bring you confidence knowing Jesus really loves me. And because of that, I love him back. We don't serve God because we're afraid of what he'll do if we don't. We serve him because he loves us so much. We couldn't help but to love him back. and we serve him through that love. I want you to love God today, and I pray that God gives you a revelation of how much he truly loves you, and then everything else in life will begin to fall in place. Perfect love casts out fear. Receive the love of God. Until tomorrow, God bless. Thank you again for joining us. I pray that that word really blessed your life. And if it did, why don't you share it with someone else that you know could be blessed or helped by it? Let us share God's goodness so that all of us can grow and be victorious as God has ordained us to be. If you didn't do it earlier, please click that subscribe button and also click that notification link so you will be updated when new content is coming. And if you desire to support this ministry, you can click on that Givelify link, search Calvary Baptist Church of Hawthorne, and continue to support God's work. We thank you, we love you, and can't wait to see you again next time.